If you're expecting a bunch of guru fluff and get-rich-quick garbage, you've come to the wrong place. This show is the no bullshit real deal.
No bullshit real deal.
I'm Larry Harbolt, and they call me the real deal. Welcome to my show. This show is aimed at providing you with quality information so you can make more profit in the fastest way possible without making costly mistakes from the deals you do.
Let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Today I thought I'd talk about something that I'm constantly hearing, and that is terms that a lot of beginning investors are using that I believe have little or no real value for them, especially in the beginning years of their investment career. Now, I'm talking about terms like IR, that's internal rate, or IRR is the big one, internal rate of return, cap rate, NOI, and this just to name a few. Now, I love those of you who spend your time building spreadsheets. I just love it. Apparently you have nothing else in your life. But sitting for hours building formulas to tell you if a property will be a good property to buy or not, I think that's a waste of your time. You need to be on the ground looking at properties and doing your numbers that way, not what a spreadsheet's going to tell you. Spreadsheets can work, but it depends on what type of property you're buying. See, the terms that tickle me is when investors who haven't bought but a few houses, they're worried about what their internal rate of return is going to be, or the internal rate for each potential deal that they're looking at buying. Well, there's questions there. What is your internal rate of return? Well, let's face it, many investors just getting started, you shouldn't worry about the internal rate of return. More importantly, you should be more interested if the deal that you're looking at will give you a profit, that you can actually spend the money from the net profit to buy groceries, not what kind of a return that you're going to be getting from their investment. That is not important, what the return on your investment is in the early years. And here's why. See, I'd like to suggest something. Instead of wasting precious hours of your life staring at a computer screen trying to figure out how much rate of return you're going to make from each property. Now, unless you're a serious investor who has a large amount of your own money invested in different properties, you need to think this over, because I want to simplify the process for you. Now, for those of you who buy a property now and then, knowing how much net profit that you're going to make will give you a better idea how much money you're going to end up with to buy groceries and to pay your monthly bills. So let's start out by determining what you plan to do with each property if you buy it. That's going to be very important to know what your net rate of return is going to be. So are you going to wholesale the deal? Are you going to flip the contract? Are you going to fix and sell the property retail, or fix the property and keep it long-term as a rental property? You got to remember, and I've said this 1,000 times, whatever way you plan to own any property, the numbers are figured differently for each different type. It's not one size fits all. Only a fool thinks it's one size fits all. So you've got to understand that you have to know exactly how to figure your numbers, and that's very important. Well, let me give you an example. Now, if you're planning to fix or flip the property, let's say you're going to flip the contract, your internal rate of return doesn't matter because you're not going to have any of your own money invested in the deal. So now if you're going to fix and sell a property retail, there's a different formula. It's going to be based on how much of your cash you put into the property and the amount of the gross profit you're going to get when you sell the property. Now, you got to deduct all the costs and your closing expenses that you've got to pay. That's going to leave you with your net profit. Now, next, you got to divide your net profit by the amount of your cash that you invested in the property, not on the entire amount of the deal. It's how many dollars did you take out of your savings account and you put into the deal. That's how you're going to figure this. That's going to tell you what your rate of return is if it really matters. See, and I don't see that it makes that much difference, but let me do an example. Just for kicks, let's say you buy a property and the property, the house is, you buy it for $200,000. You put $20,000 of your own money into the deal and you borrow $180,000. You fix the property and you sell it for, let's say, $250,000. Now, after all expenses, you net a profit of $15,000. Doesn't sound like much, but that's what you end up with if you're really being honest about your costs. So you got back your initial investment of that $20,000. And that looks to me to be able to profit from that deal. You're going to get an extra $15,000 net profit. So now if you divide the $15,000 net profit by the amount you put into the deal, the $20,000 of your own money, it looks like it's going to give you a return of your $20,000 investment of a 75% return. In other words, you got $15,000 more than your 20. That's a 75% return on your investment. Now, if you'd gotten back $20,000 and you'd put $20,000 into the deal, you'd have made a 100% return on your money. Just double. See, you don't figure your profit on the total deal, only on the money you invested in the deal. So if you are able to structure a deal, let's say where you don't put any of your own money in the deal, you get it, nothing down. What's your return going to be? What is your internal rate of return on that deal? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's an infinite rate of return. And that's simply because you don't have any of your own money invested in the property. Just don't forget, there's going to be income taxes to pay out of your net profit you make. But when you're getting started as an investor, forget about what your internal rate of return is going to be until you have a large amount of your own money invested. And just focus on how much net profit that you will get from each deal after all expenses, that you'll get to pay your bills every month. See, I believe what I've talked about today makes far more sense than agonizing over what the internal rate of return will be of a property that you're looking at when you may only have a few dollars invested. You've got to pay your bills every month. If you ever want to make any internal rate of return on future investments that you have to worry about, focus at first on making money from every deal you do, and don't worry about what percentage of profit you make on cash deals, on financing deals, on any deal. Make sure you make a profit. That's the important thing. Only focus on making as much profit as you can. That's what is important today. You're just getting started. You're not making any money. I have students that just can't seem to get that first deal done. If they're sitting and looking at a computer screen trying to figure out what their internal rate of return is, they need to get out of that chair and they need to start looking at properties, doing the numbers, and doing it like an investor does it, not a speculator. So that's about all I've got to say on that. But I think it was an important subject because I keep hearing those words, internal rate of return. Well, personally, unless you got a large amount of money in your deals, it don't matter because it's only going to be a return on your investment, what is important, because the rest of it was borrowed money. It don't matter. So, like I say every one of the podcasts, the key to your success, and that's experience, and that's going to be your best teacher. And when you lack experience, you got to learn from somebody like me who's got over 40 years of doing deals. Use my experience. Eliminate years of struggle doing not so good deals. So think about joining me at one of my 4-day Never Step Into a Bank Again trainings. And when you sign up, I'll send you all the manuals and extra bonuses included. The accompanying audio CDs will come with it. I'll ship it to you immediately so you can start learning. You can call me. You can talk to me if you need any help. Then you're entitled to attend any of the upcoming 4-day trainings whenever you want. I'm offering you a unique chance to learn what others don't teach. Think about it. If you have an interest in learning what I have to teach, you can go to my website, larryharbolt.com, to sign up for one of my upcoming trainings. Or if you need some financial help, you can email me at larryharbolt@gmail.com to discuss what I'm willing to do for you. See, I'm currently helping others with my payment plan. So if you need my help, contact me at larryharbolt@gmail.com. And don't forget, either way you sign up, you get my courses and a 4-day training that you can repeat 2 more times for free. Now, if you choose the payment plan, the entire amount has to be paid before you can attend the boot camp. But let's talk about it. I can make it affordable for you. And if you'd like me to email you my 31-page lesson called Unwrapping the Mystery of Subject 2 for free, just email me at larryharbolt@gmail.com and request a copy, and I'll email it to you. And please continue to let me know what I'm sharing with you every week has value, and also please suggest other subjects that you'd like to hear more about. Well, my friends, that's going to about wrap up this episode of my podcast for this week. Now, I hope you found some value from today's topic, and I invite you to head over to larryharbolt.com and register to keep up to date with my tips and ideas to help you become a better real estate investor. Now, if you're not already registered, head over to larryharbolt.com/register to get access to my free phone script on how to negotiate with sellers over the phone. And be sure to tell a friend and leave me a review on the podcast player that you're using to listen to me right now. You see, your reviews help me to know that the information that I'm providing has value for you. Now, be sure to check out my courses, articles, and available trainings on my website, and watch for my Facebook Live posts I do every few days. And be sure to check out my coaching program at makingbiggerprofits.com. makingbiggerprofits.com. It's an affordable program, and it's something that can help so many of you. And I think it's a great thing that everybody needs. So, hope you all have a great week. So until next time, this is Larry Harbolt.
Thanks for listening to the Real Deal Podcast with Larry Harbolt. To learn more about investing in real estate, head on over to larryharbolt.com and register for his educational tips and articles delivered by email.